Huzzah! There it is. Yep, it's live. We're live. That's us. We did it. Yeah, so what I was trying to do is you see how you can see there in the small. I was going to try and make it so that I can crop in on yours and then blow it, zoom it out because we don't need all this other stuff. Oh, I can hear myself. Yes. Hold on, let me mute myself here. That's probably doing it. Yeah, because it was coming out of my speakers. There we go. All right. Can you still hear me all right? Okay, good. So yeah, so now that's muted. So yeah, so I should be able to crop it. That's what I was trying to do. So I'll learn that, figure that out, and then okay, fun stuff. But I liked the so we were talking about like schedule and scoping and what we're going to talk about, what we're going to do. I liked the idea of Freedom Friday. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I like it. I like it. And in a worst case scenario, it'll give us a chance to practice all our technology as we figure all this stuff out. Mm-hmm. Emmanuel. Mm-hmm. Financial freedom. So what we're about. Mm, exactly. On this thing. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Would work too, and then I can just upload it. I see. That probably would be okay. Let me do that. That way, we won't do this infinite screen thing. So we'll go back to bam. Now, something interesting. If you're still on that page, if you don't mind to leave a comment, what's cool about Ecamm is I can actually show um, different things. Or sorry, I can actually show the comments. Let me not do it. Hold on. I'm getting lost. With StreamYard? Okay, yeah, I see. Yeah, because you wonder where it's at, right? So let me try doing this. I need to share screen overlay, but the one I need to share is Ecamm comments and reactions. Bang. So you can see here, hopefully. Yeah, so I did that. Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. So we got that. So I'm gonna stop playing and geeking out over here on the tech. Ah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, please. So email marketing is how we've made a ton of money, millions of dollars in our business. And it's what I highly recommend to everyone. Most people, when they ask me for advice on e-commerce and how do I get marketing, how do I do more marketing, more, we need to ads, we need to do all this stuff, do all the things. I'm like, well, what are you doing for email? I'm like, well, once a quarter, once a month, every once in a while. Now, the fastest and simplest and cheapest way to get more sales is to just email your existing customers. from your existing customers. And the easiest way to reach them is through email marketing. So to help with that, we're setting up a challenge, right? It's completely free at claviotips.com. And we're just helping people literally just get that going, right? What should I send? How should I send it? Should I email, what other types of things should I send out? How can I get it going? And if you don't know how to do email marketing, we'll show you how, right? If you don't know what to send, we'll show you what to send. If you don't know when to send. So we're trying to work through all of those things, right? It's figuring out all the stuff that we've learned about sending email campaigns. We want to give people that. And the whole point of the challenge, that we want to give people that knowledge. The whole point of the challenge is to hold your hand through it. So instead of it being theory, the theory is going to be in there. There's guides, there's videos, there's walkthroughs. It's basically a course that we used to charge for that we're giving away for free. You do that. But the actual challenge is going to be me and my team, Melissa and Samantha, who actually do this for a living every day, making emails for clients. We're all going to be there to make sure you make those emails. And by the end of the challenge, you will have a full email calendar built so that you can make the most money from your email marketing. That's the goal of it. Thanks for giving me this space to talk about that. Sure, you can start anytime with the theory, the knowledge, the course stuff. And then afterwards, you'll still have access to the Facebook group. But the one-on-one attention, right, or in a group setting, that'll be next Tuesday, June 28th at 3 p.m. Pacific time, and then Wednesday at 3 p.m. and Thursday at 3 p.m. So 28, 29, and 30th. For 3 days, we'll be going live in a Zoom room. So once you've signed up at claviotips.com and gotten access to the Facebook group, that's where we'll announce where the Zoom call is going to be. It'll be a private link so that we can have just the people who have signed up who can get that one-on-one attention inside of the group with us to have us review your emails, to if you're stuck or if you have questions, like technical questions. Even if you've never set up your Clavio account, you can go through the trainings and come bring questions, and we will look at it with you. We'll answer questions. The whole goal is to give people the confidence to do more email marketing. Hmm. Mhm. Mhm. Hmm. Sure, and it's interesting. Even though, so we've built our original company, well, our first e-commerce business. We've done about 30 million bucks over the last 5 years. When we first started, we did 60K our first year. We 10x every year for 3 years, 60K, 600K, 6 million a year in revenue, and hopefully this year we'll break 8 figures. And it was an intense journey learning how to scale a business that fast, and so we got asked for help. I got asked for help a lot. I was like, no, but I'm running my own company. But people were like, we will pay you. So I actually started an agency. My family runs our business, our ecom business, and I help other e-commerce businesses who are poised to, E-commerce businesses, specifically e-commerce brands, who are poised for rapid growth, right? Who want to figure out what are the right systems that you need to scale rapidly. And for some, they actually are ready to hire us on. They hire us on in our agency. Others, they just want coaching and training and whatnot. And then there's some who are like, we can't afford it. So that's what this is for, is to help people get the knowledge they need to get there. And obviously, being fully transparent, that's the goal. It's not entirely altruistic. It's not entirely free. The goal is you get to where you can afford to hire us to scale you big. That's the goal. Yes. Hmm. Exactly. It is absolutely real if you know what you're doing. And that's the key, right? And what I see with most people who are struggling, right? They're not struggling because they're not smart. They're not struggling because they're not hard workers. They're not struggling because they don't have a good product. And in most cases, they have a great product. Otherwise, they wouldn't be doing revenue. They wouldn't even be in the game, right? That's like table stakes. You have to have a good product that people want to even be in the game. If they're struggling when they come to us, usually it's just a knowledge gap. They just missed something somewhere, right? It's just you're working too hard on it. Like some people come to us and they've only grown through advertising, paid ads. And so they're scared to death because they're like, if I stop paying Facebook, then my business shuts down, but I have all these employees, I have all this inventory, I have warehousing expenses, and their cost structure is built on running ads. And they have razor thin margins and they're struggling. I have to have a 3 ROAS or else I lose money, right? That's one, like, that's struggle. So with that scenario, we have to help them get more organic for sure. Email marketing, all that stuff, the free sales, get their social going, right? Or we have other people come to us and their struggle is we have no idea how to do ads. We've been growing entirely through word of mouth, but we're tired because organic is slow, or just social, right? Where it's just like, even though it's good, stable revenue when you do it that way, it's not quick. It's like, hey, I've got these big bills next month. I need a quick injection of cash. Ads, you just ramp it up, put a zero at the end, go from 100 to 1,000 to 100,000, a month and spend. You can do that quickly with ads, but you can't do that quickly if you're just advertising on social or just advertising on SEO and those kinds of things. So what happens is people come in, they've just figured out one thing, and that's what you're supposed to do when you're starting. Figured out one thing, and they've gotten to the point where maybe they're doing 6 figures, mid 6 figures, even 7 figures. And to be honest, even though everyone's like, you're a success, you're doing it, you're doing a thing, they're still running scared inside because they're like, this could all go away. I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm struggling. Yeah. And it just feels chaotic. It feels scattered. And so for what we tell people is like, look, that's why we focus on the right systems, right? There's only a very few select systems that actually matter to scale you to 8 figures, right? So if you can get past 6 figures, what we tell people, you can get to 8 figures, right? Like it's pretty clear if you get the right systems. Here's what they are. So you need a way to get customers, customer acquisition, and you need a way to serve those customers. Supply chain, so customer acquisition, supply chain. Within that, you need a way to get awareness, right? And so what we like to focus on our agencies, Facebook ads, Google ads, right? But when you're starting, that could be SEO, that could be organic social, that could be direct messaging, calling people, right? At least in terms of online channels. You get awareness, then you need a way to convert them. That's your Shopify store, right? Then you need a way for follow-on sales and nurturing. That's your email marketing, right? That's it. Build that out. Those are your systems. You put that in place. You can now acquire customers. Then you need supply chain. You need to be able to take the order management, right? So that's your Shopify. You need inventory management. And both of those, that's average order value, customer conversion rate. You need to maximize those. Then you need a way to maintain inventory. You have to have inventory, so reordering inventory. And to buy more inventory, you need cash flow. So you need cash, right? And then customer service. So if you get those 7 things for those 2 halves of your business dialed in, you're good. And that's usually when people come to us, when they're like, when I say you've missed something, it's usually in one of those 7 areas. And we can diagnose it real quick. Mm-hmm. Mm. Yeah. Mm. I do. I like to say it, and I've got a ton, so I'll try and keep it close because our business was a family business. So we can have a whole day even just talking about family business because it is tough because you're doing two things. It's already family business, not just family business, but family and business, right? Because business is hard, family is hard. Combining the two is exponentially hard. But in terms of what you're describing, the beginning of a business, you really do depends on, people talk about friends, family, and fools, right? And so those are the people you take investment from. I like to say when you're at the beginning, we rely on friends, family, and fakers, right? It's fake. There's a lot of people come around, all of a sudden they know how to run your business. They want to, they're like, oh, when I was, I got my MBA, and so here's how you should run your business, or I got, that kind of stuff. It's tough. It's like, well, why don't you go do a business then before you come over here and tell me how to run mine? Right? So that's the first thing. But in terms of us relying on family, I do think that is a common trap, right? It is a common trap because that's how I started. When I started my business, I was like, who can you trust the most? Family. So all my businesses were friends and family. And to the point I made about family is hard, business is hard. As soon as you introduce business and money into family relationships, you see a whole nother side of people that you thought were the most trustworthy. And it's just not worth it. So don't recommend people rely on family, and that's why I call it a trap, right? If you do that, you'll learn the hard way. Wait a second, my family are people, and people and money. You see different side. It brings out all kinds of stuff in people. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, because they're expecting stuff, right? And I think that's the problem when we look at our relations. And I actually think it's kind of a positive in a sense for you if you can get past the hurt. You realize, oh, I had what is that called? Unsaid expectations, right? And which is kind of the downfall of most relationships, right? Just in general relationships is all these unrealistic. That's the word I was looking for. Unrealistic expectations. Because those 3,000 people didn't follow you because they wanted to buy from you. They followed you because they like you, but yet you're thinking, oh, they'll be there for me through thick and thin, no matter what. So when I start a business, they're gonna be the ones that are gonna buy from me. That's not fair. They didn't sign up for that, you know. Exactly. Mm-hmm. That's an expectation you put on them. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Clavio. Oh, great question. And that people ask that a lot because there's so many different email service providers, right? You can use Mailchimp, right? Everybody knows Mailchimp, Constant Contacts, ConvertKit. There's so many. The difference is Clavio is built specifically for e-commerce, and I don't recommend Clavio literally for anything else, any other type of business, because I feel like it's overkill. Because the main, and that's it's the reason why it's different. The reason why it's special is because you think about when you go and abandon a cart, you go shop on an e-commerce store. Each product, is a product. There's a product page. Then there's an abandoned cart. There's your checkout, and then there's purchase. Well, Clavio understands that logic, whereas like something like Mailchimp or Constant Contact doesn't. Which means that when you send an automated email, "Hey, I noticed you abandoned your cart." Well, with Mailchimp, all it's sending is a plain text, "You abandoned your cart." Whoops. you know, some text. Well, with Clavio, it'll pull in the image of the thing they were looking at, the exact product, because Clavio understands the logic. And I think MailChimp may do this too in some cases, but Clavio was built from the ground up with that intention, right? Whereas MailChimp was simply built to help people go from sending one-to-one emails to through Outlook to sending blast emails where, you remember back in the day, I don't know if you remember this, I'm showing my age here, but when you would have distribution lists and you would CC everybody and have 100 people in the, right? That's what MailChimp was built to solve. That, because then everyone can see everybody else's email. If you want it to be private and sent to a lot of people, that's MailChimp. It's very basic. It's for the masses. And if you're in e-commerce, you will outgrow it very quickly. So Clavio was built. So that's what MailChimp was for. It was never built to be an e-commerce professional platform. They're trying, but even they had a split with Shopify. It's not even a native app anymore in the Shopify ecosystem. So, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. No. Clavio. Clay. Mm-hmm. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it'd be good to talk about that, your side. I feel like I've been just going and going and going. How about you? What's your story? What's your experience? Mm. 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 Well, it's good. It's good. And you've been doing well. And how has it been resonating? What has the response been like from? Mm. 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 Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm-hmm. And you're being humble. I've seen your content. It is powerful. You're making a difference. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, what do you mean? Upsetting people. Mm-hmm. Mm. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry to hear that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. 5,000 TikTok followers on TikTok. Yep. Okay. Mm-hmm. You'll get there. Mm-hmm. Hey. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, that is well within your control, and I see your motivation, and you've done so many more difficult things. So I know you're gonna get it. You're gonna make it. Wonderful. It's fun. Yeah, I see all kinds of different options, but to choose one would be, I mean, we just do it again. First thing, we jump again. I don't know if Friday works, but this works for me. And then we pop on and just chat and pick something else. I'd really like the name Freedom Friday. I have, yeah, I really like it. Hmm. Yeah. I really like it. And then we start talking about freedom. We didn't get to get into too much freedom today. Well, in a sense, we'll help people achieve. We talked a bit about the financial freedom today, but that'll be maybe that's the next conversation. What we mean, we just define freedom. What's that mean? Yep. Yeah. Actually getting it done. feel like people's priorities really shifted about what do I really want out of life. Yeah. So yeah, I can't wait to dig into that. It'll be fun. Great. All right.